Let's head out to Missoula, Montana, where the 8-1 UC Davis, and I am drawing a blank on their mascot, but UC Davis, I believe they're the Cougars. I could be wrong.
The Aggies.
Aggies. I knew it was some animal. Go on the road to take on the 7-2 Montana Grizzlies. 10:15 kickoff on Saturday night, a late one for us to stay up on the East Coast on ESPN2. Guys, so this is an ESPN2 game, which means ESPN and all the other media people know that this is going to be a great game. So be sure to tune in. Washington Grizzlies Stadium, as I mentioned, in Missoula, Montana. We've talked about the Grizzlies a lot last year at Break the Huddle. Brad and I were very high on them in the FCS playoffs later on in the year. But this is a newcomer for us, the UC Davis Aggies, 8-1. They're actually leading Montana in that division. Brad, I'll turn it over to you. This is a really exciting FCS matchup that the fans are going to be highly anticipating. Thoughts on this game and who comes out on top in Missoula, Montana?
First of all, if you get a chance to watch this one, even if it's just for 3 series, if you just watch FBS football, I encourage you to watch this one. It's going to be a fun atmosphere. These are 2 really, really good FCS programs, and that's a beautiful stadium out in Missoula, Montana.
Absolutely.
And right now showing 38 degrees, so it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
It's going to be chilly, but it's a beautiful in a beautiful setting. Guys, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Of course, we don't know a whole lot, but doing my research, one thing that stood out to me, that is that UC Davis has got an explosive offense. Hastings, their quarterback, 23 touchdowns to just 6 picks on the year. And then Larison, their running back, 10 touchdowns on the year. He's closing in on 1,000 yards. I'm impressed with UC Davis. I watched a little bit of film on them just to kind of get a feeling. They have got a very, very good offense. I'm going to take the UC Davis Aggies on the road in Missoula, Montana on Saturday night.
Great pick, Brad. Great pick. And Rooster, there's no spread on this game, so this is a toss-up for us. It could go either way. 8-1 versus 7-2. Home field advantage slightly goes to Montana. As Brad and I mentioned, just a beautiful stadium, a beautiful scenery around it. And to Brad's point, perfect weather for football. 38 degrees at 10:15 at night. I guess that would be on the East Coast, so you're a few hours behind up there in Mountain Time. But regardless, it's just going to be spectacular. Not sure, Brad, if it says there's snow in the forecast, but that'd be something special as well. Could see some frozen rain nonetheless up in Montana. But look, Montana's used to it. Rooster, I'll turn it over to you. Thoughts on this game? And this is a new matchup for you coming on the show this year. You haven't really seen Montana as much as Brad and I have.
Well, in this game, it's really going to be a high scoring game. UC Davis has an absolutely lethal offense, averaging 324 passing yards a game. They're averaging almost 100 yards more passing through the air than Montana this season. And one thing that really stood out to me is the margin of victory that UC Davis has had in their similar opponents to Montana. UC Davis has outscored its common opponents by 46 points between them and Montana, which is a very, very high number. And then another thing to take into consideration, UC Davis has won every game they're supposed to win this year. Their only loss being on the road at Cal to start the season, which is something that nobody's going to hold against them. They've taken care of everybody in the FCS they've played against. So even with the windy, the cold, the chilly temperatures in this game, I'm going to take UC Davis on the road to get the job done in this one.
Yeah, guys, and UC Davis, they're used to the cold weather. I believe that school is located in Northern California, and I could be completely wrong, but they're used to this cooler climate. So, I mean, and again, it's different in Montana, but nonetheless, you look at UC Davis's rushing game. Y'all mentioned the high-flying passing game. How about Larison, leading rusher for the team, 964 yards on 185 carries, 10 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive through 9 games. And when you look at their defense, they've got 134 combined tackles, and they've got 9 sacks. Biggest thing on defense for UC Davis is they've got 11 interceptions, including 1 pick 6 on the year. That's pretty dang good as well. Jumping over to Montana, this has been a team that, as I mentioned time and time again, me and Brad have been really high on. The program is in good hands. They rank 46th in the nation, not just FCS, in all of college football. They rank 46th in averaging only giving up 24.3 points per game. Their defense is stout, guys. 46th in the nation, not just FCS, total college football. That's pretty impressive. I don't care who you're going up against. That's really, really impressive. Big guy to watch out for on Montana's defense. Defensive end Harris, 8 sacks. That combines up to 70 sack yards. 70 sack yards on 8 sacks. And then cornerback Luski. I hope I pronounced that right. That's a pretty impressive name if you ask me. That's all you need to know about that. Don't know why y'all are laughing because, hey, look, that guy could probably pick you off in a heartbeat, Rooster. But nonetheless, in the end, both of these teams have great offense, great defense. This is going to be a fantastic FCS matchup. In the end, I'm going to go with UC Davis as well. I was really close to picking Montana with the home field advantage. I think all three of us could wake up Sunday morning and be wrong about this game because Montana's going to put up a fight. This is going to go either way. This is a coin flip, literally. This is going to be a really, really great game to watch. And if you can stay up late enough, be sure to check it out, especially if you're on the Pacific Coast. You have no excuse. Let us know down in the comments who you think is going to come out on top in this key FCS matchup come Saturday night in Missoula, Montana.